Tag show. Tag show. That's gonna leave a mark, Taylor.
That's only speed because I'm in the speed. Over to the takedown.
Yes, sir. So the visionary of Raw, Seth Rollins. What do you think about his heel turn right now? How's it going? You like it? What's your take?
I actually missed the opening part of Raw of him in the introduction by seeing people react to it. But his later on attacking Rey Mysterio, it was like kind of random for me. I guess because they didn't get no official number one contender. They're like, all right, let's give Seth something to do since he can't go after the WWE title again with Brock. But yeah, I think it's pretty dope with him at AOP. Like they're following. I feel like they have like a mob kind of feel to it now.
Yeah, absolutely. With the suits and him wearing just like a leather jacket and black shirt. I'm on the fence right now at the heel turn because I think he doesn't. Say what you want, even as a face, Seth does well in promos. And remember, he was the weakest link, right, in the Shield. So he's definitely coming to his own in regards to getting crowd reactions. So that is fine with the heel turn, but I feel like it's kind of like been there, done that.
Right.
So I'm just waiting to see like how this heel turn is different. I do like the use of AOP, and I can't wait till they actually now get to really feud in the tag team division and eventually maybe go after the tag team championships. And we see the Viking Raiders now get into like some real feuds, exactly, not just all these squash matches. So, but like I said, I'm on the fence. Again,
he hit him with the line. He was like, yo, I'm going to do, you owe me one. And they walked away. It's like, never mind. That's a mob feel.
So... yeah, I didn't even peep that. But yeah, hopefully they can continue that. And then, you know what? Yeah, last week.
He's like, hey, you owe me one.
With last week, too. Remember when it was revealed that he is working with AOP? It was very mob-like. So yeah, I hope they definitely continue that. That's definitely a good look. But like I said, I'm interested in seeing more of a...
I want him to feud with somebody other than Ray. His first major...
When did he last feud with Ray?
I'm just saying, like, I just want a real feud to be... I feel like Ray is more so on his...
last legs.
Yeah, and he just got the U.S. title. I would like him to see him with some younger people to speed
to
and
build up the mid card while Seth continues his feud with KO and build up the main card. I agree.
But like I said, it was very random. Like, why he owe you one all of a sudden? What did he do? Like,
well, it's not random because remember that pipe that he gave KO to use against them.
Oh yeah.
And then that's why Seth kind of targeted Ray.
Okay. I completely missed that. Good eye. Heading over to the next segment. Tension for the Elite. Building off of last week's tension, came to a head with Kenny Omega. How do you feel about that?
Interesting. I like it because again, I think we spoke about this a few times in regards to Adam Page. Just like what's his direction?
Right.
He was kind of, I don't want to say destined to be a star, but he was kind of built up to be kind of like the next big star in wrestling.
Right.
The way AEW was portraying it. So now that he's kind of like back down to earth, I think that's a good rub for him going against Kenny.
Right.
Especially, and it's a good storyline. Just cracks in the family.
Yeah.
So I like that. And we'll discuss that a little bit more with the other segment that happened later.
I also liked it. Like you said, I don't think the Elite should stay together for too long. Because again, ego has to get in the way. Somebody has to be one of the big dog, especially if they're not going to introduce a secondary title anytime soon. Kenny Omega's been flopping around a little bit, in my opinion, in terms of finding a way into a feud.
I think all of them have, honestly.
Right.
I think they're all, in a sense, coasting, and I don't. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think
it's always the same thing you do.
So,
that's my line.
What this?
Yeah.
You're wearing that? I feel that they were so, AEW is so focused on not like pushing their top stars, so like fans won't critique that and be like, they're just pushing them.
Yeah.
That they're kind of like not knowing how to push them. So I think there's a balance there that they're having. Exactly.
But yeah, definitely from last week when Hangman just like left him hanging, and Kenny just played off like, all right, like we're good.
Yeah.
So I like this. I like this. It's something for both of them to do, and let's see how it goes down. Heading over to the next segment.
So I don't necessarily say we critique Becky often. Not so much Becky, but maybe her push, the way they're booking her. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you one thing about Becky that she's very, very good at, amongst other things. But one thing that she's very, very good at is hyping up a big match. Yeah. Right? This is the third or fourth, sit-down interview where she really gets you like, you know what?
You're right.
This is good. I'm hyped. You know what I mean? It happened with Sasha. It happened with the match with Shayna and Bailey, and I want to say with Ronda too.
Ronda, I think so.
So she just has this gift where she when you need her to really, really hype up a match, even with Natalya too, it wasn't necessarily we were hype about it because whatever, but she has the ability, especially she has the ability when you need her to be like hype up a match to really get you to feel like, yo, this is a big time feud. Right. So I just thought that was really, really good, and I'm intrigued to see this feud against Asuka, because even though we saw this match at Royal Rumble earlier this year, it wasn't necessarily a feud. Right. Right. And again, Asuka wasn't necessarily utilized the way she should be. Right. So, and all the momentum in the world is with the Kabuki Warriors. So, I think this is a dope feud that's about to happen.
And I agree. Asuka and Lynch has very great chemistry in the ring. There's a very long storytelling between these two where Asuka always best out Lynch. So it's kind of something that you saw from afar, like, all right, let's see how this works. Like we said in the tag match, we expected, Kabuki Warriors to go over, to continue that little lineage. Like, yo, I just can't beat this woman. Like, I'm supposed to be the man, but every time I go against her, I lose. Not TLC ladder match last year, and like you said, the Royal Rumble. And it's every time they meet, it's like, yo, this is the person I can't take out.
Shout out to Becky too for a few weeks ago. Like, she's quote unquote the top person in WWE. Right. That she was able to take that miss, right? Because you know how they protect certain people, you don't want them to look foolish, but her and Charlotte, like the egos were dropped and they took it. So you know what I mean? So shout out to her, and again, like they have good chemistry, and I feel like again when Becky has the right person to feud with, she can pull out a really good match.
I just hope that it's not something that hurts Asuka in the long run. Yeah. Or the tag team titles for that matter, because if that's the case, that means the tag team titles won't be defended at Royal Rumble.
Well, we don't know how, and we'll discuss it later, we don't know how long Kyrie's going to be out for. So that's another thing that hinders the tag team title. So we'll see.
Heading over to the next segment.
The brawl.
Brawl for all.
Yo, for real. It's kind of like WCW, but go ahead.
The tag team title match happened for the main event of AEW.
What did you think of that match?
It was dope. It was a great match, in my opinion. Probably the greatest match on that card. Mm-hmm. Those two know each other very well, and they played to that. Mm-hmm. Early on, you seen the Young Bucks do their patented moves, or have you, and then you see SCU counter it and do their patent moves, and then when they go back to they counter each other's patent. Like, it was a very AEW tag team division is great at what they.
When I was writing the notes, I was like, you know what? If there's one thing that they're getting right, is definitely their tag team division.
Like, the Young Bucks are on point and keeping that division interesting. I would like to see Private Party around again. At the end of the match, we seen Dark Order come out and attack. I'm invested in Dark Order. Like, joining Dark Order is like the greatest thing to me right now on AEW, mm-hmm. and that whole idea. Mm-hmm. Seeing them brawl and then Elite coming out and not having Hangman Page come out and help, mm-hmm. great storytelling.
Yeah, I agree. Because I've been hard, especially a couple of weeks on AEW. Right. But that's what I want to see, storytelling, and that's right there. Like, where's Hangman, right? Right. So that's definitely good storytelling. The match was great. I don't know how I feel about Dark Order yet. We'll see. I feel like they're trying to make them a really big thing, and I don't know if that's necessarily connecting like it should be.
Have you seen their promos?
I've seen their promos. They're cool, but I'm just like, I've seen it before. Like, I mean, and I get it. Like, ultimately, like, storylines, feuds, you know, characters are going to be recycled in wrestling in general.
Who do you compare them to?
I feel like they give me, like, ministry vibes. Like, just dark and you know, join the cult type thing. That's what they give me vibe. Not, I won't say, like exactly like that, but it's just those dark vibes or whatever. And you know, your minions joining, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like I said, I just feel like it's been there, done that. But again, I'm not saying, like, we see that in general with wrestling. So I'm not saying, like, I don't want to see it again. I would like to be more invested, and I'm sure if they continue to push them, we'll see that.
And the only gripe I guess you could say I have with that is that it feels like Brandy Rhodes is doing the exact same thing. In a way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like two of the same things happening at the same time in the same world and nobody's acknowledging it.
Yeah.
That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I would wish that Brandy would be a little bit more different with her approach.
But I feel like did Dark Order come first before Brandy's whole gimmick?
Dark Order, the whole thing's been since the Indies.
Okay.
So
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, no, I wasn't familiar either. I had to go back and look a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's why people was upset how they got presented to them. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, y'all gotta do a better job. Just like how with the Blade and the Butcher and the Bunny, they're like, you gotta have a better way to introduce these indie groups to a larger crowd, because a lot of people mainstream, because we don't know who they are. Yeah. And this is why I guess they redid this with the Dark Order. Like, all right, let's show what they really about. Because at first I was like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, no.
So.
Yeah, and, you know.
Heading over to the next segment?
I was going to say something. That's
go ahead.
That's not important.
All right.
Why does it...
Gargano spoils the prince's crowning.
This faded out.
I know he's looking for it.
No, not that I was looking at it. I was like, what happened here? Anyway, whatever. Yeah. What did you think about that? What did you think of that match? Gargano coming back?
When they put it on first, you knew something was going to happen. It wasn't going to be no clean finish.
Really? Why?
Yeah. The heavyweight title match is first.
What else would have been first? You're not going to put two championship matches back to back.
But you have 2 hours, right? You would put it as the main event of the first hour, maybe. Yeah. You would put it as the main event of the first hour, and if you wanted to end with the women's match, have that main event the second hour. Okay. They do that on Raw a lot of times.
Or they used to.
But yeah, so I feel like you kind of knew it was up. I didn't expect Gargano, so that was a good surprise. I just felt like the match could have gave us a little bit more. The match was dope. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the match was dope. I just feel like it could have gave us a little bit more. No,
I agree. I didn't think something was going to happen because it started off first. The reason why I thought it started off first, because you announced these two big matches, right, and you want to grab your view, because now you have competition, right? So you want to bring in the viewers immediately. That's why I thought that started off first. 1, 2, I love Finn, but again, I just feel like throughout his career in WWE, I mean, well, not in NXT, but like on the main roster and now back. Again, I keep using the word, but I feel like it's just coasting. I feel like something is missing where we can really be like, you know what I mean? Same thing with this match. The match was great, but there's something missing. It's kind of like a takeover with KO and him after Sasha and Bayley. Yeah. That was a fantastic match. It's just that it followed up Sasha and Bayley, right? That's what I feel like is missing with Finn. Something is not like...
Let's see what happened with him and Gargano.
Yeah, and I think that's a great feud for both guys.
Where do you want to see Adam Cole go from here?
I know we mentioned this in regards to Keith Lee being, going for the North American title, but I would love to see, especially when he pushed dude into the crowd like that. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot that can be done with Keith Lee, and I feel like, especially with Rhea Ripley, like you can, like she got hot and you kept that momentum. I feel like, okay, why wasn't Keith on this episode?
Right.
So I feel like you don't want us to like dim out when it comes to Keith Lee. You want to keep that momentum. So I would like to see, even if it's not against Adam Cole, although I would like to see that. Right. I want to see something.
And I agree. Maybe Keith Lee is probably up next, especially with Velveteen Dream out. And maybe Tommaso Ciampa's not ready to go back in the title picture. I'm on it.
So we're going to have to go into that Inferno. That's how I'm going to order tacos. When does this place close? Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to see when they close. What time they close? What time they close? At 10:30. Okay, we got some time.
And
all right, cool.
Heading over to Inferno, Rhea Ripley becomes the new NXT Women's Champion.
What did you think?
That match was fire.
Amazing.
Shayna never disappoints. And adding Rhea Ripley was a great addition.
Okay.
Shayna disappoints when?
She's gotten better. She's gotten better, but let's not like act like we didn't get to have this conversation for Survivor Series, but someone had to be blamed for that match between her, Bayley, and Becky.
That match wasn't terrible.
It wasn't good, and they lost the crowd. That wasn't a good match. Becky, Bayley, and her.
I think that match definitely could have been better, and we don't know. Honestly, I got to go back to look at it and see who to put the blame on. But in terms of her run in NXT and as champion both times, her run has been magnificent, in my opinion.
I think that's a strong word, but okay.
Again, tell me where she has failed you in NXT. Exactly.
Hold on. You didn't let me finish my thought. It's not so much her, it's her opponent.
That's not her fault. She's doing her part.
No, her opponent has done well and made her look good.
Wow.
I'm not telling you, Shayna, because I've said this numerous times.
All right, that's another discussion, because I don't want to take nothing away from Rhea Ripley.
Hold on, let me finish my thought. I'm not telling you Shayna hasn't progressed, but let you relax, my guy.
Every opponent is the one that put her over.
She's had good opponents to face. Yes. Candice, Io, Bianca.
Bianca fell asleep at that takeover. She saved that. We already talked about that. She saved Bianca on that one.
Okay, but let's not act like everything that Shayna has done has been phenomenal.
What hasn't? What hasn't worked?
One can argue her reign has been somewhat boring.
Because she has nobody to face anymore. She done beat everybody like twice. And all those matches been fire.
Okay, but...
Okay, like I said, let's Rhea Ripley. I'm glad that Rhea Ripley got the title when she's hot, like you said. This is the perfect time to change the title off of Shayna after her long reign. Mm-hmm. Rhea Ripley is going to be a great addition to the NXT roster permanently, because I know she's coming from NXT UK. My thing is that when you take all these people from NXT UK, what's going to happen to NXT UK with people coming over? It's kind of like the main roster kind of situation, no?
Yeah, I agree. It leaves a void in the NXT UK women's division, but you gotta, like you said, you're happy to see that. One, what's exciting to me is that it was organic. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Granted, she was the first ever
NXT
UK women's the inaugural champion. You know what I mean? But that wasn't, no one thought like, yo, that's going to carry over to NXT.
Right.
Right? So it was just a prime example, and I love to see it when someone grabs the brass rings.
Right.
And does something with it, like breaks down that ceiling, glass ceiling. And I love that Triple H gets it too, because like when she won, that whole her character, right, that mosh pit thing that happened afterwards, that was dope. That's just you being in tune with the character and just the hype that's around her. Like, all that was perfect. Another ting.
Wagwan.
I don't want to take focus away from her, but you know, someone made her look like a star, and it catapulted her into where she's at now. You know? I
mean, yeah, her matches. Did she have a match on Raw?
No, remember when they
had a match? She had a match with SmackDown between the three captains.
Well, not before that. Remember when they had the tag team match with NXT versus SmackDown, where people were like, "Oh shit, Rhea!" When her and Sasha had that little 5-3 minute thing, and it just shows, you know, girl can get anyone over. But it goes back to the point that I was saying. Rhea took that opportunity, like, yo, I'm facing like heavy hitter.
Right.
Let me show out on the main roster, and she did. And she's only 23, so like you can only imagine.
She reminds me of Pete Dunne. And I feel like Pete
Okay.
Dunne should really be at a higher part in NXT right now. I'm not sure why they got him.
Because he had that long title reign.
They give him a break and
Yeah,
then bring him on top.
I think that's what it is.
I can see that, but yeah, she reminds me of Pete Dunne in a matter of like being able to capture with the crowd and connect with the crowd.
And it's organic.
And it's organic, and then going to the ring because he came out as a heel and then turned to face.
Same like her.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like everybody fed into who she was and then her in-ring abilities.
At 23,
Top tier.
yeah.
At 23,
so I'm very excited.
I don't know that UK Wood. I don't know if they drink it.
Tag show.